Hey, what is up YouTube? Andrew Rooney here, full-time drummer and drum teacher right here in Auckland, New Zealand. We have got a PayPal request from my buddy Eric Isaacson. Hey Andrew, hope you're having a good day. Another request that I thought you'd dig. That being said, this is a non-album track from Queens of the Stone Age, originally released in somewhat more psychedelic form on the Kyuss Queens of the Stone Age split album, before Josh fully abandoned Kyuss and made the complete transition to Queens of the Stone Age, as well as by an early variation of the band called Gamma Ray. Queens of the Stone Age remixed the song during the recording of their second album, Rated R, and initially added it to the single for the track, The Lost Art of Keeping a Secret. That's a good name for a song. Then on the Rated X album, which I think was a limited production variation of Rated R with extra tracks from the various singles from the album. So I guess you could say it's a non-album track that's on a lot of albums. Broken up into 3 clear sections, each section staying in pretty much the same repetitive riff. I must admit, I love this track primarily on the weight of the first third. The first of 3 sections of the song has one of the most killer grooves I've ever heard, and I do mean killer. Interesting and deceptively simple combination of core beat plus fill makes up the entire section. The second and third sections are more straightforward. Take the tempo and energy up a notch or two and add more variation through each section, though each section is definitely still fairly consistent throughout. As is typical of stoner rock, the emphasis is on guitars, so while it's fortunate that the drums are still reasonably prominent on this track, it is still a bit difficult to make out what's going on. These earlier recordings were done strictly on vintage equipment with a fairly low budget, so perhaps that may have something to do with it. Not exactly on par with the Live at Wacken Song for the Dead intro-outro level. If you've seen that video, yeah, I did that one. But regardless, that groove is incredible. P.S. If you haven't seen that video, oh well, I have done it. Check it out, Eric Isaacson. And that's from the Dave Grohl era, and Dave does a phenomenal job. Yes, here's the song, E.J.I. All right, we're going to get right into it. And Eric, I don't think you even mentioned who the drummer was here. So I just had a look down in the notes for this link, and it says Associated Performer Drums Gene Troutman, Associated Performer Drums Unknown, other Dave Grohl. Let me know in the comments who the drummer is on this track. With that said, let's check it out. the zone. Eric Isaacson, thank you so much for the pick. You've reminded me, I mean, this is a group that, another one of these groups that I sort of forget about. Had a student request. I've actually done a couple of Queens of the Stone Age songs with students this year. Song for the Deaf. I always get songs for the dead and song for the deaf. I get those mixed up. Whatever the song is with the crazy awesome intro, and Song for the Dead, that is the one. And obviously No One Knows is a bit of a favorite with students, and I've done a cover of that one. You can check it out on my channel. But yeah, my point is I always forget about these guys. I don't know why. But I always just, I'll come back to Queens of the Stone Age and go, damn, why aren't I listening to these guys like 24/7? I guess there's just too much to listen to. Really interesting here to hear things so lo-fi. Kind of almost reminds me of hearing my own drum recordings back. I'm not saying I'm as good as this drum, you know what I mean. But the sound of it, I've just got a very, very basic, simple recording setup, and it makes me feel good, because it's like, yeah, that's kind of what my recordings sound like, just with a couple of mics. The actual sound of it, not the playing. But yeah, super cool. The vocals sound a bit more produced, especially with the overdub, harmonies and everything there. Josh Homme, great singer, underrated singer, I think. And we saw it at the Taylor Hawkins tribute, Josh Homme singing. Who did he do a cover of? He's just knocked it out of the park. It was amazing. It's easy to forget how good these guys are. I don't know who the drummer was. So who did it say here? 2 drummers credited, Gene Troutman and Dave Grohl, both in the notes here. It's fascinating for me to hear, I guess, sort of sketches and possibly unfinished songs, almost like a demo type thing. It's just, I love it. It's almost sort of peeking behind the curtain a bit, and sort of almost feels like you're at band practice type vibe. Some really, really cool ideas and powerful grooves. Like that first section, I think, like you mentioned, Eric, which I think you said was your favorite, with that linear, snare, tom, kick thing, and it just kept going and chugging along, and then it eventually did change with that big snare fill into the ride beat. Yeah, just super cool. I love the idea of that first linear sort of groove, just going on and on and on, and other things were changing around it, the vocals and the guitar and the bass. There were changes, but the drums just kept going. That was really effective. Really, really dig it. And you know, as with a lot of the Queens of the Stone Age songs, lots of different sections, a little bit like Black Sabbath in that regard. You know, they'll change, sometimes abruptly just change style or change tempo even, and you know, we're off into a different part. Really exciting, musically just really exciting, and you know, that's what you want. You want like an experience, right? It's never predictable. Again, like Black Sabbath, you know, it's just the unpredictability and excitement is kind of what gets you. So yeah, it's a great pick. Pretty left field, and I really appreciate that. So Eric Isaacson, thank you so much for the support of the channel and this awesome pick. Guys, take care. Until next time, keep chopping wood. Hey, what is up, wood choppers? Please do remember original video links, as always, in the description of each video. Please do go along, check it out, and support the artist. If you enjoy my channel, please do consider hitting that subscribe button, like button, and leaving a comment down below with what you thought of this video and what you would like me to check out in the future. If you would like to support my channel further, I do have a Patreon. It's just $5 a month, and you will get access to the blocked videos. If you have a reaction request that you definitely want to get on the channel, the only way I can guarantee that at this point is via the PayPal link, and it supports the channel. So thanks in advance. And remember, you, as a subscriber of my channel, you get access to a full and free 30-day trial over at DRUMEO. Learn from the world's best drummers and drum teachers, and they've got over 6,000 songs in the database. Downloadable PDFs for those transcriptions, or you can play along, watch in the player, slow down loop sections. It is truly awesome. Go check it out. 30 days free on me. Guys, until next time, keep chopping wood. Take it easy. Ciao.